Cool. Time for some more tower. 560 start. I've had a few close games in the past 50 or so battles. I'm hoping for a more chill day today. So Miranda Luxray is Luxray 4, 21 IV. Let me just check if that's working on OBS. Yeah, there we go. Luxray 4 should almost always Thunderwave. Actually, let me refresh so Luxray 4 is the only Pokemon. Luxray 4 should almost always Thunderwave. If not, it's always Crunch. So Trick is safe. I could have paralyzed Luxray, but it's easier to count the fully paralysis relative count between Luxray and Drapion if Luxray also isn't skipping turns. I'll take that opportunity. So I've been fully paralyzed 6 times on Luxray. It's 20 PP move. I think we'll take this opportunity to rest. Rest is more important than struggle. Substitute. And Luxray has odd PP. Odd HP, I mean. Manectric is fine. Manectric 4 can't do anything. Next Exploud 4 is okay too. So it's River. This is Shiftry 4. Explosion is possible on turn 1. I guess if it was to happen, I would. The thing is, Explosion takes out Gyarados and Drapion. With Intimidate factored in, it still takes them out. I think I'd rather just enter the 2v2. If that did happen. But no, it's just Seed Bomb. Because we're never dead to a crit here, I'm thinking... it's close to... I'm thinking about Paralyze, Intimidate switch, but I probably prefer to just straight switch. Since the Intimidate switch, although it buys Intimidate, it also spends another Seed Bomb PP. See, Seed Bomb only has 12 PP left at this point. Now, although Shiftry can fully paralyze, it doesn't have to. And the second that Drapion gets an evasion or defense boost anyway, there's no rest required, no Intimidate required. Yeah, so 31 IV Shiftry 4 is 197 HP. Which isn't divisible by 4 because it's odd. Which means Drapion gets at least 16 acupressure setup time. Very likely to get at least 19, extend that to 19 through full paralysis. And even if I was to skip an entire rest loop in that, that's 4 turns out, not using acupressure. I think that's still worthwhile. So I'm not going to struggle because it could still fully paralyze here on one of these turns. Okay, but we can't do that anymore. So we're missing 2 acupressures, which is completely fine. Let's ride on 4. Which can be annoying because of the quick claw, which doesn't activate. Yeah, and that KO is guaranteed against ride on, and then it's focus sash, electrode 4 and last. Is this Andre? It's Freddy. Freddy is a 21 IV trainer. This is Magmortar 4 though. I don't really want to trick Magmortar 4 into overheat. I'm fine to let... In fact, I'm thinking about switching. I was going to say I'm fine to let Uxie just take it. But overheat never takes out Gyarados for crit. I'm thinking about just going straight to Gyarados. And if it confuse raise, that's fine because I've still got rid of White Herb on the Gyarados switch. So I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, nice. And now that it's at -2 attack, I can now actually already go Drapion. Well, -2 overheat breaks sub. I guess I can sub for a tiny bit of safety. So it's at it's at -4 now. It's going to take 2 turns. So it's now at -6, obviously. At -6, Focus Blast is never going to trouble Drapion, even if we get a lot of self-hits. I suppose if we got 2 attack boosts before any defense, maybe I have to switch Drapion out. For fear of the self-hit damage. Even that is very minimal, though. So actually, more than special defense, Drapion wants to get defense here. Evasion would also be helpful. It's almost out of Focus Blast anyway. It's out already, yeah. So it did not get a Focus Blast special defense drop. It's helpful. Means counting acupressure is a lot easier. I'm a little bit worried about self-hit consecutive. Yeah, this is annoying. I guess I have to rest. I'm a little bit scared of max, which is 4 turns, max confuse lasting. Evasion helps a lot. But it's actually out of confuse value because it uses it before psychic. Magmortar has 150 HP, so I am fine. Arrow. It's not a roll. Wolverine will not ever be taken out. I mean, a crit might take it out with Dark Pulse, but nothing else will. So Entei I'm not worried about. There's no white herb set for the over. There's no overheat white herb set. I did read a document saying that the weather flag actually makes sunny day +5. So I guess if it is set free, it always uses sunny day. It's an open question slightly. And set 1 and 2 I don't care about. I mean, set 2 could be annoying with Stone Edge crit, but that's it. We'll trick it. That is set 2. It's a mix. I kind of want to stay in and try and... I guess I'm probably outside of crit range with Bite still. If I can get a Fund Wave off, it really helps Drapion. Bite does have 25 PP though, 24 left now, but even with flinches on Drapion, it's fair likely to get the setup. Yeah, because Entei is scarfed now, Entei is fast in the +2 Drapion, so I guess this... It's not that Entei can beat Drapion, it's just that every time it flinches, that removes an acupressure potential. And although I do, in theory, have 27 acupressures, every time I flinch, I obviously lose one. And I can lose enough that I avoid the full setup, but having said that, it should be at least 12 guaranteed, which is normally the number where the acupressure suite becomes viable. We do need +4, which we've got. It's about speed, so we can't be flinched anymore, which means we do get a full setup. I'm thinking about whether or not it was worth going for Fund Wave. I mean, there are scenarios where I would want Uxie to be higher health. It probably wasn't worth while to go for Thunder Wave. Probably should have just gone straight for Drapion. Raikou, we're fine. I think... Again, I'm interested in the situation that happens with set 3. Whether it would always Rain Dance. Okay, well, we get a flinch here, so we don't know. And it's Latias last. So Unknown Honchkrow. I think we want to always remove Life Orb from set 3. And that forces Trick slightly. Set 2, obviously, I'd much rather switch to Gyarados to get rid of the White Herb. And set 4, I'd rather just go Drapion. I think we have to Trick though because of set 3. Rakamberry is set 1. But at least we didn't get a crit. So Night Slash is 15 PP. That is potentially also doing too much to Drapion. I might have to rest. But there's no alternative because a crit Night Slash would potentially get Gyarados so low that it couldn't sub. So it is a Drapion game anyway. The defense boost is huge. Dramatically changes the matchup here. Means Drapion does not need to rest. And it'll be 13 turns of Night Slash and 5 turns of Struggle. which is obviously 17 turns setting up and then substitute, which is more than enough. I guess if I get unlucky enough with evasion and defense, it can bring me low. Yeah. Well, it'd be nice to go up to +4 defense. There it is. Okay, that's good. This was Cyclist Ward. That's 21 IV. Oh, 31 IV. What HP Honchcrow? 207, I think. And we're at +6 defense now. That might matter. Dragonite. Dragon Rush is set 2. I could let it break the sub. The next Dragon Rush breaks the sub, and then I can continue setting up, I guess. I want it to hit Dragon Rush, so I can get the last 4 acupressures in, just in case the final one needs it. Because there are Pokemon that we'd want to 2-hit KO and not 4-hit KO, which is the difference between +2 and +6 special attack. Aerodactyl's not one of them, though. We never would have lost to any Aerodactyl set there. Unknown Frostlass. Again, I think the weather flag means that set 4 always hails, which is good because set 4 is the Lax Incense Nightmare one. Set 2 don't care. Set 1 should be fine too. Set 3 modest. Ice Beam, I guess, is annoying. Is it ever a move that isn't Trick? That's the question. I mean, I want to take the Expert Belt off set 3 anyway for Signal Beam. Cherry Berry is set 1. Ominous Wind is very low PP. I'm thinking the correct play, though, is to Thunderwave, go Drapion, then go Gyarados on Struggle. Maybe go Gyarados on the final Ominous, even. Since Ominous doesn't do that much to Gyarados. I mean, 3 crit Ominous wins would take out Gyarados, but 3 regular ones probably don't even bring it down below half with leftovers healing. And Struggle does so little that it probably is offset by healing. I think it matters though because I get +5 then. I think I do need to go Gyarados. I guess with the fully paralysed turns, it's less necessary to go Gyarados early. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to sub early because a crit struggle probably does about 20%, which is enough to break the sub in 2 hits. Unknown Regice. Well, a 9 Jinx. So hopefully it's not set 2, but set 2 is also not able to defeat a substitute. Don't care too much about Latios. The bad Latios is Latios free because we can miss. That would be bad. And Latios free, we can also choice lock it into Ice Beam, which we don't want to happen. We could Thunder Wave, but set 2 is Dragon Dance Lum. That is really bad for Thunder Wave. And set 1, if we trick, we get a free lock into Thunder Wave or Calm Mind. Expand is set 1. I still think it's correct to return to Thunder Wave before going Drapion, actually. The Thunder Wave is a 20 PP move, which is never a... Well, it could be a full acupressure setup. It's just unlikely to be one. And in situations like this, where Drapion gets way more fully paralyzed turns in a row, it's a small problem. This is quite funny, actually. This is extreme paralysis, like on both sides. I have not been counting. It has been 10 turns. I don't think we're +4 on paralysis. We might be +5 though. Latios might be 2 turns away from struggling here. Special defense boost is really nice. I really would like to have... Okay. I think I might call it there on... It's awkward because we have to substitute before he rests, and Latios won't be breaking the sub. I'll go for one more. Probably call it there, though. Yeah. That was indeed struggle. It's very important to cure the paralysis. Because obviously, even though Drapion's fully set up, the nightmare of being fully paralyzed several turns in a row and not being able to hit something like Articuno 4 is a nightmare. I don't want this to be Entei 1, because that will cycle out Drapion. I'll lose my setup. It's Sunny Day, that's set 3. So Regice, Amnesia Regice is Regice 1. Pretty clean round, to be honest. Not completely safe, but that's what a typical trick round looks like, to be honest. There's no real threat. I'm not sure why the elevator goes so much slower on speed up than everything else. Pretty sure Entei is always a trick. Locking set 2 into Stone Edge will be annoying, and it's possible, but I can't let set 4 get Calm Minds up. And I do need to lock set 1 out of being able to roar. Chuck a berry, and it's set 3. That's exactly what we saw last game. But again, I think the flag is active for weather. I think it's Sunny Day is a +5 move. So obviously Sunny Day is only 5 PP. We are going Gyarados setup. Paralysis can sometimes buy an extra turn, which matters for the healing. I'm trying to guarantee the sub being up. It matters because Entei's struggle does do a lot. That's a crit, yeah. Even without crit, struggle is probably doing about 18. Which is slightly more than Leftovers heals. So it would be nice if Paralysis gave us a free turn. That's another crit. Entei is 190 HP though. That's not divisible by 4. I guess I'll substitute next turn. Okay, really lucky with the paralysis. Doesn't really matter though. And Entei being first is good because it means that Entei 1 can't be in the back and can't roar us out. Regigigas does have a Laxin Sense set, but either it wasn't that or it didn't matter. That's a Laxin Sense setup on stream. And Latios, even a resisted waterfall, still does not damage. Yeah, +6. But Latios is a Pokemon where we would want to have +6. And it would matter if we didn't get a full setup. This is Tentacle 2. Tentacle 2, obviously, Attract impossible. Everything else possible. Tentacle 2 can't touch Drapion though. I don't think Drapion's in any risk at all. Yeah, although we can self-hit. It's only a problem if we get a load of attack boosts in a row. Like +4 attack against +0 defense. We would then do enough self-hit damage that I'd be concerned about a 4-turn confusion. Even then, I think I'm guaranteed rest every time. Because I'd only be doing about 30 damage. Yeah, so I'd always be guaranteed. And Tentacle's going to be out of Giga Drain PP before I'm even able to get that many boosts off. And a single defense boost would end any risk. Okay, we win. Set 2 trainers really struggle to take out Drapion. And even if they don't, set 2 trainers are another classic where Uxie shuts them down so hard and Gyarados also beats them quite easily. There are a few nasty ones, it could be Lapras 2 in the back, which is Quick Claw Sheer Cold. Nothing we can do though. I suppose I would rather set up. I'd rather set a Gyarados in such a situation. Maybe I should be setting up Gyarados against set 2 trainers. But against this particular set Trina trainer, we would be waiting for Giga Drain to be out of PP and Confuser to be out of PP. And because this tentacle is female, we'd also be waiting for Attract to be out of PP. Which sounds annoying. Toga plus 2. Survives, obviously. Aerodactyl 2 sucks. I don't think that's Tyrell. Yeah, it's Boyce. Worker Boyce, not Worker Tyrell. Rampardos is a huge problem. Rampardos is one of the absolute deadliest things I can face. Unknown Rampardos, the threat is always going to be the Choice Scarf set. I cannot trick the Choice Scarf set. Because I'm not actually doing anything. I don't want to Thunderwave it. The issue is, if I Thunderwave it and it's set free, Uxie faints, and I just have to wait out Head Smash PP. I suppose the other obvious problem with using Trick at all is that set 2 can fling. And set 1, I poison Uxie if I trick. I think it has to be Thunderwave. I could also Memento, but it's a loss against set 3 sometimes if I Memento. Okay, that's set 2. So it's guaranteed to go for the kill here. Everything kills except for fling. Gyarados probably survives. -1 Stone Edge. I quite like keeping Uxie alive because I can Memento it. But it might be better to sat Uxie. Stone Edge is more likely than Payback and Avalanche. Actually, it's not more likely than Avalanche. If Stone Edge did crit Gyarados, I think I'd just come back to Uxie and then Memento though, and then Drapion can always set up on a -3 Rampardos too. Actually, no, it can't. I'd have to sub on Stone Edge because crit Stone Edge can happen. It's got Mold Breaker. It goes through Battle Armor. Perhaps what I should do actually is just let Uxie faint and just kill it. Is that better? Just have a 2v2? Is that really the plan? I'm so worried about the crit on Drapion. Let me talk this through. We go Gyarados, and it crits. Are we then really going to Memento it? I guess I could trick it. Never going to be... if I trick it into Stone Edge, I would be substituting... Stone Edge would have lost PP against Gyarados anyway to crit Gyarados and kill it. I'd be substituting 3 times. And then setting up on Struggle. But the thing is that a critical hit... a Mold Breaker crit Struggle on Drapion does like 80 damage. Which would be... KO. A KO after substitute moves. So I don't think I can't actually go Gyarados. If I go Gyarados and crits, I lose. I can lose. But is that safer than not setting up at all? Hmm. Hmm. And obviously, -1 Ramparda still breaks the sub. What I could also do is go Drapion right now and just try and sub out the Stone Edge PP and then see if I can get a setup going. And if I can't, at least it'll be out of Stone Edge PP and I can Dragon Dance with Gyarados. I don't think crit payback would take out a full health Gyarados. And I still have Uxie alive. I think I like that the most. It's payback. I have to sub on Stone Edge, I think, though. I guess Dark Pulse is worth it because I can flinch and buy a bit more healing. Okay, it's got one more Stone Edge left. I guess it's always going to be rest this turn. Gosh, that did a lot. I think Drapion's fainting, though. And there's nothing I can do about it. Hmm. Well, I can save Drapion. I just sacrifice health on Gyarados to do it. I don't think I like that. I guess payback might not kill. It's possible. Avalanche will though. Yeah, I think that's fine. I feel like Memento actually, because it'll be at -3 and then Gyarados sub doesn't get broken. I'm happy to sub on this. It has to crit. I think it's worker type class. I know that Gyarados has a really good matchup on average for the remaining Pokemon. At +3, I'm already fast and everything. I think I'll take this. Got to substitute up. +3. I'm going to 2-hit basically everything in the game. At worst. Quite likely get 1-hits. Golem. There's no real punish for Waterfall. Definitely the correct move. Blaziken last is fine too. Didn't get a focus band if it was Golem 1. Now we missed Blaziken. That makes it Blaziken 2. I think we'll sub since Focus Blast doesn't necessarily break the sub. And I think it might have to Sunny. It doesn't have to Sunny Day because it's not turn 1. Yeah. Doesn't matter either way. I don't recognise this trainer quote. I guess it might be Keaton. It's Delaney. The mirror coat lock would be good if it's set 3. Wakan, set 1. Let me paralyze it and think if I want to switch back or not. Icy Wind 2-shot Gyarados' sub. I think it has to be a Drapion setup. It will just be slow Drapion. I might be able to sort that out of Surf as well. Probably can. I don't think Surf would ever reshot Drapion from Tentacle 1. Okay, let me see what the boosts are. Really good luck. Really, really good luck here. I don't think I'll have to remove the Choice Scarf. Yeah, I won't need to set up again. The one thing I am thinking of is speed. I would really like to be at +2 or higher. Okay, there we go. Just need to dodge. I think I'm actually already satisfied. I think +1 would also be actually okay for Drapion. That's Vast and Base 100, obviously. Tentacle Salve isn't divisible by 4. Wag. It's a flinch. I don't think it's set 2. Well, it can't be because it's set 2's left areas, but also the roll was too good for it to be set 2. That was Brine set 2 as well. Thanks for tuning in, Diana. I think it's always a trick. Llama's set 1. I think we still exchange T-Waves though. It's already got 14 PP left. 12. I think it might only have one from the way PP left. It might be out. I think I'd still want to get one more acupressure in though. Yeah. We didn't get too unlucky with the paralysis on the crucial turns at the end though. No, 4. So Nidoking, I think we always want to trick as well. I'm not. Oh no, it's set 2, isn't it? We can't trick set 2. It's 105 speed is just below Gyarados. So we always yawn set 2, I think. Checking the notes. God, that was stupid. I checked my notes, came back, and just clicked the without thinking, just clicked the wrong move. Okay, I'm very lucky that this isn't set 3. Actually, just completely misclicked. Did lock it into Shadow Ball. I guess we'll take the Drapion setup then. Keep an eye on the special defense drops if they happen at all. So Nidoking is 156 HP, 31 IV. It is fainting to the next struggle. Flamethrower is set 3. Not that any of them can beat Drapion anyway. So settlements for it's not necessarily obviously going to use crunch. Quite a lot more likely to use outrage. Outrage rock is slightly annoying. This might be a safe because of actually let me hold on. Yeah, this might be a straight switch to Gyarados. If it crits Gyarados, I'll have to Memento on it. A -3 Salamence. I'm pretty sure Drapion can rest loop safely, so that'll be fine. And then if it doesn't crit Gyarados, I can attempt to play while saving Gyarados. Yeah, Drapion takes quite a lot here, but it's not in real risk. Ideally, it... Okay, it's a... I was going to say, ideally, it's a 2-turn outrage, so this would be Earthquake. But because it's a 3-turn outrage, it's guaranteed outrage again. I can't leave Drapion in, so it'd have to be back to Gyarados, I think. Bringing Uxie in doesn't actually solve anything. Yeah, it has to be Gyarados again, I think. It's out of Lum. I guess it's interesting. It's out of Lum. I could now Thunderwave it maybe with Uxie. I quite like Substitute here because if I sub on Outrage and then I switch and it's a 2-turn Outrage, I can bring Gyarados back in on the Earthquake. Of course, it could Outrage Drapion, but it's more likely to Earthquake. On the other hand, I suppose, Gyarados survives a -3 Outrage at this health, doesn't it? I think that pushes it over the edge. 58. I'm thinking it's time to Thunderwave it. And if it crits Uxie on this turn, I can bring Gyarados in and then it's at -3 and I can safely rest loop it with Drapion anyway. I'm expecting Gyarados to survive this outrage at -3. It doesn't even go for it. I can go to Drapion safely here because Drapion's faster now, so we're not afraid of being 2-shot from this low health. It's confused now. It should be going for Earthquake. It doesn't have to, though. And it should be going for Outrage again. So I can spend my rest turns on these Outrages. And then when it can Earthquake again, I'll have to bring Gyarados back in. -5. I do not have to respect Earthquake anymore. Okay, I mega don't need to respect it. I could attempt to heal Gyarados up to full with switch stalling. The issue with that, though, is that Salamence can just outrage Drapion. An outrage crit would take out Gyarados, and I'd much rather have Gyarados be bruised and potentially fainted. The question is, did I click acupressure before I started this setup? I think I've got a feeling I might have clicked acupressure on like turn 5 or something. I didn't. Okay. Bronzong 4 can survive this, and it can quick claw this turn as well, but it doesn't. Jolteon 4 can't win here. So I think I'll continue until 581. This is Tyrell. No, it's Boyce again. Rampardos, I'm very aware of set 3, but I can trick set 3. It's only got base 60 speed. I think I want to trick every other Pokemon as well. Set 4, I'd want to get rid of its Choice Band. That's similar to an Intimidate. It is set 4. Because it's always choice, as in I can never remove it a choice item. By coming back in and using trick, I can't reset it. It's always going to be stuck on struggle. It never exits the choice loop by tricking, so it's only ever got 9 turns left max before it starts struggling. I think we will just be doing Gyarados. Crit Megahorn I don't think would do a lot more than half. I think I've got enough momentum now that I can just substitute as well. Just in case it does crit. I don't really want that to happen. I don't mind taking the inefficient route, and yeah, I knew that 2 shots would break the sub. So it's less HP efficient to sub on this, given how much damage Megahorn does. But it removes the randomness out of the setup. In fact, I could actually go now, and then I never have to worry about it critting on the final few substitute turns, but I have at least 2 more subs in me. So Struggle does do slightly less than Megahorn. I think it was still 2-shot the sub though, Struggle. Yeah, I think it will 2-shot the sub. No crit. I'm going to take this opportunity then to try and sweep. Unknown Probopass set. And Machamp at the end. Machamp 2. I don't think I'm worried about any Typhlosion, but I think it is a trick on all of them. I'm expecting... I mean, set 2 is going to behave somewhat randomly. I guess it's Endure? No, it'd be Reversal is more likely than Endure for set 2. Set 3 Shadow Claw, set 4 Sunny Day. Okay, set 3 could also use Flare Blitz, I forgot that. I really want to Thunder Wave this before I go Gyarados. In fact, instead of trying to be overly elaborate, I think it's too late for me to try and get a Choice Scarf back and do a Drapion setup. I think it's now a Gyarados game. And if it crits Uxie this turn, it's still probably just a Gyarados game. Yeah, so -1 Flare Blitz won't break the Gyarados substitute, but with Blaze it can. Got an vested interest in keeping its HP high, basically. And also, if I can break it down to -3, that also helps Gyarados, because it means the sub doesn't get too short either. So I think it is Memento. Obviously, no way I'm letting Flare Blitz hit Gyarados and potentially get a burn. Much higher health than I expected to have the setup be. But I am kind of all in at this point. I need to sweep. Lucario last is fine. Don't know what sets those are. I'll put set 3 in for a change. In theory, I go Drapion here, and I'm only worried about burn. I guess I can Thunder Wave before I go Drapion. I do need to be aware of Quick Claw Destiny Bond, though. I don't really want to trick it, because I get a much longer setup without tricking it. Just be aware of the burn chance. I don't need to set up on the Flamethrower as well. So if it burned this turn and then got a quick claw next turn, I would not be able to rest in time. So I have to rest here. If it burned this turn, I think I'd be fine. I guess I can sub-rest. Because I don't think Flamethrower necessarily breaks the sub. It doesn't. Okay. And that means I do get... On the next loop through, I do get to have 1 acupressure guaranteed before I have to use rest. The special defense raise is amazing. That's the end of the pressure, really. I just need to count the Destiny bonds. Quick Claw Destiny Bond is a nasty threat. And it ignores all of Drapion's boosts, obviously. And it would be completely my fault if I ran into it, which is the most important factor in wanting to play around it. So Sludge Bomb is the end of Flamethrower. Sludge Bomb and Shadow Ball can both be used, even though Sludge Bomb does much more damage. And this is why I play animations on. It's just so much harder to miss Destiny Bond. I'm pretty sure it's got 1 Destiny Bond left. There it is. So I need to wait for that to return, and then I can take it out. Grand Ball 4. Can survive Dark Pulse, I think. But it doesn't. Low Punny 4. Not a threat. I think this is Float Sword 4. But it's 21 IV trainer, I know that. Yeah, it's Float Sword 4. This is always crunch. Literally always. I could just Thunderwave it and start switching between Drapion and Gyarados on Aquatail and Crunch respectively. I think that's worth it. Should always be Aquatail. Crit Aquatail wouldn't even do half to Gyarados. And that's the reason why it's necessary to switch. It's because the defense drops do threaten Drapion slightly. And also because switching is free. Costs me nothing. I guess once Aquatail is out of PP, it can use Ice Fang. I don't want Drapion to be frozen and in a position where it's vulnerable. The best counterplay to that is just to make sure that it's as low attack boost as possible. do not need to. I do not need to send it down to -6 though. In fact, I don't want to. Maybe because while it's using Acrotail, it can't hack Strapion. Oh, the defense drop is so annoying. I was gonna, obviously, was wanting to use that to. Yeah, defense drop into crit, great. I do not want to start my setup though with a defense drop. But after defense boost, I'm no longer worried about Ice Fang freeze unless it's a forever freeze. Kang 4 not a problem anyway. And Miss Magius 4, although it has a sash, it's not a problem. So Shift Tree free. Dark Pulse every single time. And if I bring Gyarados out, I think I can force it to Leaf Storm. I quite like a Paralysis to start the match though. Actually, I can go Drapion on the Dark Pulse, which means that Gyarados gets hit by Focus Blast, which is fine. Does a lot less damage into Drapion than a Dark Pulse crit could. And it gets rid of the White Herb, which is nice. So this should be a Leaf Storm. And I can set up after this, as long as it hits. I don't really want to get Evasion. I guess I'll loop through once more. So it's at -4 guaranteed. Or hopefully guaranteed. Not risking the evasion. Leaf Storm dodge. Yeah, -4. I'm fine to set up on this. Cool. Earthquake, probably. There we go. So we don't turret KO Empoleon. Okay, we do if he crit. And it gets the Quick Claw. I think it's Dark Pulse every time again. I'm thinking of going Drapion. Oh, no, it could be Sunny Day. I'm thinking of going Drapion and then Gyarados on the Overheat. Since Intimidate gets rid of the White Herb and then at -2 special attack, I'm no longer scared of Houndoom. This is fairly often Solo Beam as well, though, which is okay. So this should always be Sunny Day or Overheat. But that's important though. There is no weather flag then in the Frontier. Houndoom 4 would always Sunny Day if there was a weather flag. Anyway, we got the Overheat, but Overheat crit, which is actually fine. If Overheat crits Gyarados again, Gyarados faints, but it also creates a -4 special attack Houndoom, which is an acceptable trade. The thing I could have used Thunder Wave turn 1. It would be worse strategically, but it would have sped up the fight because it meant shorter animation times. I don't like this song from Riven Paradise. I'm skipping. I don't know what the last boost is. I've been counting evasion. It's Garchomp 4. Houndoom 4 Garchomp 4 is a pretty good factory team. That Earthquake does break the sub. But it missed, obviously. Yeah, Houndoom 4, Garchomp 4, Vaporeon 4 is a pretty good team. It's Kira. Okay, I need to trick because of set 1. Set 4 I also need to trick, I guess. It's leftovers. Set 2. I've done pretty well to get to the full setup. We did get quite a few fully paralysed turns there on Scarm. I was not expecting to get the full acupressure setup there, since double team is only 15 pp. Drill pack is Honchko 4, I think. Totally kiss. Okay, pretty chill stream in the end. There was no real big issues. Apart from that stupid mistake I made where I used trick on Nido King after checking my notes. Check my notes and say, oh yeah, we don't use trick, and then I come back and instead of yawn I just trick. Just complete mind blank moment. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have time tomorrow, but I'll continue this week.